direct energy weapon.
Then you have an old mind control program called Psychoelectronic Weapons Effects. That's in Popular Mechanics magazine right now. Psychoelectronic Weapons Effects, the old mind control program, proves that gang stalking is real.
Meet up on the internet, finding comfort and information from others who say they too suffer from electronic stalking. Nauseator.
See, well, then you have an old...
Most people.
Go Google Popular Mechanics magazine. Oh no, there ain't no gosh darn
Being hit with the
no, there ain't no.
They're talking about the fusion center was more like the Stasi movement back over in the East Germany or West Germany, but the Stasi movement was one of those parts of those countries.
Yeah, but is that a bad thing then?
Well, they was doing the same thing that the Bolsheviks did in Stalin Russia, just putting people in the camps and stuff and disappearing people.
Yeah, but
That's the same thing that's kind of going on with the fusion
that has to do
centers.
with the ID thing
What?
that I'm talking about. That has to do with the identification theft.
Well, I don't know about the identification stuff. I'm talking about the stuff that happened to me and how it mirrors through all other parts of the world throughout, the last century. You asked about the fusion centers. I say it was more like the Stasis.
ID theft. Definitely. It's happening. It's fucked up, man. Mm-hmm. Can I get a high five or something? Maybe not?
Yeah, thank you, man. But it's all true. It's all true right here.
I get it. But legally speaking, at this point in time and age, it's ID theft.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, man.
I've been there too. Sucks like hell, but you gotta fight like mad and just tell them.
Well, thank you.
Just tell them. Okay?
Well, thank you. Okay, now if the cops are coming, so okay, now you see that person? She's gonna talk to me and argue about shit. Like, why are you gonna talk to me? Like, get away from me.
We're to let you know that he could give us life and life more abundantly. We're to let you know that Jesus got a...
Everybody to know that this is not real gang stalking, but you tell me what this is. I can't figure it out.
All right, just tell those spirits of gang stalking to come out of your body.
Spirits of gang stalking, come out of my body.
Paranoia.
Confusion.
And pride. All right, amen. All right, demons, come on out in Jesus' name. You wicked spirits of gang stalking, you have to go.
So you just heard that freaking idiot just lie to you. On YouTube, on CommieTube, there are a thing called psychological operation campaigns against real gang stalking victims. They want real gang stalking victims to be seen as crazy, to be seen as schizophrenic, to be seen as suffering from delusions of grandeur, and we're not. We are gang stalking victims, and we are being hit with a highly illegal harassment campaign.
Meet up on the internet, finding comfort and information from others who say they too suffer from electronic stalking, mind control, and even rape. Loosely defined, gang stalking is where organized groups target and harass unwilling victims to the point of paranoia, leaving the victims to deal with skeptical family members and skeptical law.
So what is gang stalking? Gang stalking is just a highly illegal, unconstitutional violation of human rights harassment campaign where some of these gang stalkers have access to direct energy weapons and mind control technology. And yes, they will hit your babies, your little babies, with these direct energy weapons and these mind control technologies too.
And then they have the supersonic nauseator. See, there's mind control right there. So open, it's sold in a weapons catalog.
Popular Mechanics magazine.
These gang stalkers are doing, and that's why I've been here at the pier almost every single weekend for 3 years protesting against this gang stalking. All right, listen to my protest, please. So if you're cute in the face, if you're a gang stalking victim and you're like this, body stay vicious, got me up in the gym, just working on my fitness. You try to keep your body all nice and tight. Chances are, if you're a real gang stalking victim, that you already been raped because these gang stalkers have already broken into your apartment. Please buy a master lock door security bar. Do not trust your deadbolt. Please buy a master lock door security bar.
Meet up on the internet, finding comfort and information from others who say they too suffer from electronic stalking, mind control, and even rape. Loosely defined, gang stalking is where organized groups target and harass unwilling victims to the point of paranoia, leaving the victims to deal with skeptical family members and skeptical law.
Okay, I'm going to jump over to electronic harassment, and this is where people take electronic weapons. Let me just read the definition. Electronic harassment happens if somebody uses any electronic device to aid themselves in invading your person or your property for the purpose of gathering information illegally or for the purpose of causing harm. This is electronic harassment.
You see, that is what they're doing on the Expo Line train. They're hitting people with frequencies on the Expo Line train, these poopy gang stalkers, and they're making innocent people like me pass out so they can ruin my electronics and try to steal my stuff. Try to dig in my bag for my personal information. These are not witches. There are no demons involved in gang stalking. Direct energy weapons and mind control technologies are involved in gang stalking. Gang stalking is just COINTELPRO, Zong on steroids. All right. Now, what you're going to listen to next is the top cop, the former top cop of Los Angeles County, the former head FBI agent of Los Angeles County, Ted Gunderson, who was also a gang stalking victim and wrote an affidavit proving that the gang stalking is real and proving that there is no gosh darn demon a part of gang stalking. Gunderson.
I've had gang stalking on me. I've had gang stalking on me. I've had gang stalking on me. Recently, I've been the victim of a disinformation program by a guy named Stu Webb and other individuals. And Stu Webb has actually put out word that I was kicked out of the FBI for practicing satanic ceremonies in the federal building. Okay.
Now here we're going to talk about how the gang stalkers will falsely accuse you of being a pedophile or a prostitute, and they will do it.
Okay, slander. They'll go behind the target's back and tell lies about them. They'll say things like, the target is dangerous or into something illegal, pedophile, and they use the pedophile for men and women.
So this is more evidence when it comes to gang stalking. It has nothing to do with no chosen one. This is Dr. John Hall talking about slander and libel campaigns that these gang stalkers will use against your character. Okay, peace.
They're a pedophile. The typical discreditation campaign that you see in the DOD, in the military, to verbally discredit them. Spread rumors. Plant seeds that they're a drug dealer, they're a pedophile. The typical discreditation campaign that you see in the DOD, in the military.
So what you just heard was Dr. John Hall, Dr. John Hall, and it's Dr. John Hall, gang stalking dudes, DEWS, acid reflux. Dr. John Hall, gang stalking dudes, DEWS, acid reflux, talking about the slander and libel campaign that these poopy gang stalkers are going to commit against you and your character.
And then they have the supersonic nauseator. See, there's mind control right there. So open, it's sold in a weapons catalog.
Listen to Alex Jones, Infowars.com. Hold on, girl, I got the right tactics to turn you on. And girl, I wanna be the papa, you can be the mom. Because the girl them broke out on the floor from you don't wanna work as performer. From you don't wanna man where can't turn you on, girl, make I see you when them upon ya. Can't stand for the long, nah, eat no yam, no steamed fish, no green banana. But down in Jamaica, we give it to you hot like a sauna. Well, the way the time.
So my name is Talan Godfrey. Type it into Google Video, Talan Godfrey, Google Video, Talan Godfrey, Google Video. So this is not a pro Ted Gunderson rally, but Ted Gunderson, the former top cop of Los Angeles County, Ted Gunderson, the former highest ranking law enforcement officer in Los Angeles County, did talk about the gang stalking. Ted Gunderson wrote an affidavit proving that the gang stalking is real and proving that these gang stalkers are hitting people with direct energy weapons, that these gang stalkers are hitting people with mind control technology.
And then they have the supersonic nauseator. See, there's mind control right there. So open, it's sold in a weapons catalog.
Listen to Alex Jones, Infowars.com.
This right here is real gang stalking. Listen up.
The point was to silence Weinstein's Me Too victims, and it worked for 30 years. This system is called covert harassment, and it was not just Weinstein who's used this system. Increasingly, it's a collection of techniques, a protocol that the wealthy and the powerful are using against the powerless. It systematically breaks down the target in a secretive, psychological way. Covert harassment often includes improper surveillance, such as the kind I described, tailing and following, hacking of devices, and coordinated harassment. It is meant to cause fear, stress, and paranoia in the subject.
So I need your help. These gang stalkers are hitting people with frequencies and making them pass out on the Expo Line train. Yes, these gang stalkers are making people pass out on the Expo Line train so they can have access to their stuff and ruin their electronics. So help me prove that gang stalking is real. Go Google Popular Mechanics Magazine, Psychoelectronic Weapons Effects. Popular Mechanics Magazine, Psychoelectronic Weapons Effects. That is the old mind control program that proves that gang stalking is real. And that's in Popular Mechanics Magazine right now. All you have to do is read it. Then you have Ted Gunderson's gang stalking affidavit. Ted Gunderson, the former highest ranking law enforcement officer in Los Angeles County. Ted Gunderson, the former highest ranking FBI agent in Los Angeles County. Ted Gunderson wrote an affidavit proving that the gang stalking is real. Ted Gunderson wrote an affidavit proving that these gang stalkers are hitting people with direct energy weapons and mind control technology. So no, there ain't no gosh darn chupacabra. No, there ain't no gosh darn incubus. No, there ain't no gosh darn succubus. There ain't no gosh darn demon gang stalking you. These gang stalkers are hitting people with direct energy weapons and mind control. Please go Google video, gang stalking Justice Department. Google video, gang stalking Justice Department. Yes, the Justice Department. Google video, gang stalking Justice Department that proves that gang stalking is real. Ain't no gosh darn chupacabra that's gang stalking people here. Then Google Urban Dictionary gang stalking. Urban Dictionary gang stalking. Don't go to Reddit. Don't go to Quora. Don't go to Medium. Help me prove that gang stalking is real. Thank you.
Check in with me, then do your job. Bird is the name, then bullet to the chain. Turn off what I watch, cause he playing Jay.
Crime, these people, these gang stalking victims are being placed upon mind control technology.
And then they have the supersonic nauseator. See, there's mind control right there. So open, it's sold in a weapons catalog.
Listen to Alex Jones, Infowars.com.
So this is a protest against real gang stalking. None of that chosen one crap, no tarot cards included, nothing about the supernaturals included in this protest. So you want to learn the truth about gang stalking? Go Google Popular Mechanics Magazine, Psychoelectronic Weapons Effects. Psychoelectronic Weapons Effects was an old mind control program that proved that gang stalking is real. And then you have Ted Gunderson's gang stalking affidavit. Just read it.
Meet up
on the internet, finding comfort and information from others who say they too suffer from electronic stalking, mind control, and even rape. Loosely defined, gang stalking is where organized groups target and harass unwilling victims to the point of paranoia, leaving the victims to deal with skeptical family members and skeptical law.
So just be careful on ComeTube, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. These people talking about gang stalking, most of these people are fake, phony, and false. How can you tell that they're fake, phony, and false? Well, they'll never admit that gang stalking is a crime, and gang stalking is a crime. Ted Gunderson's gang stalking affidavit prove it, and these people will never talk about gang stalking and the direct energy weapons and the mind control technology that goes with it.
And then they have the supersonic nauseator. See, there's mind control right there. So open, it's sold in a weapons catalog.
Listen to Alex Jones.
Infowars.com.
This is a gang stalking protest, and yes, every single gang stalker should be 187 under U.S. Code 18, sedition, treason, and terrorism. Every single gang stalker should be in jail because they're violating the RICO Act, and I hope to God it happens.
Assaulted 3 times. My coworkers were discussing killing me, taking me to the KKK. And on a CD, one of my coworkers is discussing a list that I've been placed on. And once you get placed on this list, all the money in the world won't save me. If they want me, I'm gone. And he stated, man, you got to get in this thing. This thing is bigger than the KKK. There's judges in it, policemen in it.
So everything this lady said is true and was confirmed by Ted Gunderson. Ted Gunderson was the highest ranking law enforcement officer in Los Angeles County. Ted Gunderson was the highest ranking FBI agent in Los Angeles County. He wrote an affidavit proving that the gang stalking is real. Everything this lady said was true.
Listen to Alex Jones.
Dr. Terrence Robertson and Dr. John Hall on direct energy weapons and targeted individuals.
Address, and that's one of my missions, and John's mission is, when can we get to the point where we can approach the medical community, the psychiatric community with enough evidence to say, look, you've got to start considering something else besides just labeling people and putting them on medications. You know, 90% of the people complain of organized stalking, you know, being followed, community-based harassment, computer tampering, email interference, appliance tampering, electronic failures. 68% of the people become estranged.
To help prove that gang stalking is real, you have Ted Gunderson. Ted Gunderson was the former highest ranking law enforcement officer in Los Angeles County. Ted Gunderson wrote an affidavit proving that the gang stalking is real. Then you have an old mind control program called Psycho-Electronic Weapons Effects. That's in Popular Mechanics magazine right now. Psycho-Electronic Weapons Effects, the old mind control program, proves that gang stalking is real.
After this starts, estranged from family and friends, furthers their isolation, okay? 85% complain of what they labeled directed energy weapons assaults, basically complaining of the physical symptoms of sleep deprivation, induced sleep. We talked about that, okay? Feeling hot spots on the body, feeling shocks or electrical currents running through your body, irregular heart rates. 23% complain of blackouts. 25% have burn marks on their body. They talk about dream manipulation, having thoughts induced.
52% have memory loss or declining cognitive functions, and that is known. That goes along with the microwave sickness.
To help prove that gang stalking is real, you have Ted Gunderson. Ted Gunderson was the former highest-ranking law enforcement officer in Los Angeles County. Ted Gunderson wrote an affidavit proving that the gang stalking is real. Then you have an old mind control program called Psychoelectronic Weapons Effects. That's in Popular Mechanics magazine right now. Psychoelectronic Weapons Effects, the old mind control program, proves that gang stalking is real. This is a protest against gang stalking. Google my name, Talan Godfrey. Google video, Talan Godfrey. Google video, Talan Godfrey. Google video for real videos about gang stalking.
Declining neurocognitive function. The other thing.
This is Dr. Terrence Robertson and Dr. John Hall on direct energy weapons and targeted individuals.
The three tenets that we're really talking about are stalking, also referred to as gang stalking. I call it organized stalking because gang stalking gives a lot of people the notion that it's guys in black jackets and, wearing colors. It's not really that. It's a very pervasive form of organized stalking where the person is followed, their home is broken into, things are tampered with, usually not stolen, so that people don't get a burglary charge. Street theater where people walk around you, talking, people that don't know you, walking up to you, mentioning things about you that they wouldn't know unless they did know you. Combination of that with what I call audio harassment, which can be voice to skull, hearing voices in your head, usually starts with tinnitus or ringing in the ears, then progresses to voices or hearing voices in your surroundings.
To help prove that gang stalking is real, you have Ted Gunderson. Ted Gunderson was the former highest-ranking law enforcement officer in Los Angeles County. Ted Gunderson wrote an affidavit proving that the gang stalking is real. Then you have an old mind control program called Psychoelectronic Weapons Effects. That's in Popular Mechanics magazine right now. Psychoelectronic Weapons Effects, the old mind control program, proves that gang stalking is real. This is a protest against gang stalking. Google my name, Talan Godfrey. Google video, Talan Godfrey. Google video, Talan Godfrey. Google video for real videos about gang stalking. This is Dr. Terrence Robertson and Dr. John Hall on direct energy weapons and targeted individuals.
Anything that will vibrate and finish carrying the sound, and it is distinctly different from what most people term voice to skull or the voices that you hear in your head. Third thing, usually while you're being audio harassed, being attacked with directed energy weapons that will either cause twitching of the muscles, complete spasm of the muscles, even spasms of the whole body, changes in heart rate, severe heartburn, severe headaches, eye burning, and blurred vision are just some of the more common ones. I've had people correspond with me that are having burning of the feet, burning of various parts of the body. Basically let me know that yes, we do now have the technology in our satellite surveillance systems to see you indoors using X-ray imaging or forward-looking infrared imaging, and that there is a directed energy platform on the satellite system. The weapons they mentioned were ultrasound, microwave, laser, and particle beam. Most of those were actually meant to perturb electronic systems. In a defense strategy, you would attack.
This is Dr.